Hello YouTubers! It's been a while, so thought I'd upload a short video of a wild camp we did this September. There isn't any clips of me talking to the camera because I was with my friends and I wanted to spend some time with them without having to worry about making a video. So yeah, I just threw this together and thought I'd share this. But you know, I've got some okay footage and I've got some decent pictures. We did 15 miles in all, so we did a fair distance. Well, a fair distance for me, but not for my friend who's in the long distance walking association. This is just a quick walk out for him, I think. But anyway, we started off in Overhaddon and left the car there and headed off down towards Lathkilldale. It's a stunning part of the world. If you've never been down there, go and check it out. I've not been down there myself since I did D.V. probably about 20 years ago, so it was great to go see it all these years later. I didn't really remember much about it, to be honest, from when I was a kid, so it was as if I was seeing it through fresh eyes. But yeah, it's a stunning place. Go check it out. There was loads of cows out along the fields around there, not only cows but bulls on the journey. And anyone who knows me knows that I'm not too fond of cows, so I had to do some cow dodging along the way. Look at this fella here, he's eyeing us up. But yeah, there was one incident with a bull that I'll talk about later.
I don't like
when I was on D.V. once, a whole herd of them chased us across the fields. So yeah, I've never been fond of cows ever since then. Here's one of them old decommissioned phone boxes that someone has, you know, thought of a clever use of. Put a defibrillator in there. That's quite clever, I thought. Normally they're like little libraries and stuff where people leave books you can swap. Here we are heading along to the River Bradford, just towards Yulgrave, where we stopped and had a few pints in a couple of pubs just to pass away the time until we decided to go try and find somewhere to go camp for the night. We had a rough idea of where we were going to stay, so we thought we'd just pass the time. This is the Farmyard Inn, it's a brilliant pub in there. If ever you're in Yulgrave, go check out that pub. I would fully recommend it. When we got out, there was no wind and there was no rain. It was a stunning night. The moon was out and we could see without our head torches on. It was just incredible. I've never seen a night like that. And we followed the limestone way pretty much until we found a little woodland where we just found a little pitch where we could camp for the night. We set up our camp and we got a very small contained fire going. Please be sensible when lighting fires. The woodland was soaking wet that night and we dug down and made a small contained fire and had plenty of water to hand and put it out at the end of the night before we went to sleep and made sure it was well soaked. But please don't set a fire in the national parks or the moorlands. They're incredibly destructive to habitats when they get out of hand and you could end up in a load of trouble. So wild camping is not really officially allowed in most parts of Britain, but there is a bit of tolerance to it as long as you follow the codes and leave no trace, take all your rubbish and belongings with you and return it exactly how you found it. There's something incredibly soothing about listening to the woodlands wake up in the morning. It was just a brilliant night's sleep and it was warm and yeah, everything you could have asked for really in a wild camp. There we go, left no trace, returned it exactly how we found it and you wouldn't even know we was there. We followed the limestone way back out of the woods. A few lads we met the night before were starting it the next day. This is a 46-mile walk starting from Castleton and heading south towards Rochester, and it sounds like another adventure to add to the list really, you know, one to add to at some point in the future. The limestone ways are full of these little hidden gems along the way, these little tiny bridge in the middle of nowhere that somebody's had carved up And then later on you'll see a wall with like what looks like books in it, but they're made out of stone, carved out of stone. Here we are, here's another one of them cows. Later on this walk, we saw a bunch of D of E students coming across the field, and they were screaming, and this cow was trying to get them. And Wayne and Mark decided to go through the field with the cow, and I decided to join the D of E lot, screaming like a girl jumping over the hedge. I'm really not one, really not one for cows, but it was not a nice looking bull at all. I didn't even get the camera out. I totally forgot about the camera. Yeah, there's baby Jesus in a cave. That's along the way. See, there's just hidden gems all the way along the way. I'd love to do this walk. I definitely got to add it to the list of stuff to do along the way. We had our breakfast in Middleton at the cafe there. That's a brilliant cafe. If you're in Middleton, go check out that cafe. I've got to say, all the places that we've pretty much stopped at along this journey have been great. It was a brilliant night. If you ever want just a quick trip out, quick wild camp, go in that farmyard inn and go and have your breakfast at Middleton and go home. That would make a brilliant night out, for me. We headed off back then down Lathkilldale, back the other end of Lathkilldale that we hadn't done before, and pretty much finished off the route there. Just followed it all the way back to Overhaddon. All I can say is, if you've never done any wild camping before, go give it a bash. Just go pick a place on Google Maps and maybe scope something out before you go out there and see if it's suitable to go camping in, because there is places that are quite sloped, but you'd find somewhere dead easy. We found that in the middle of the pitch black forest. We did have our head torches on eventually. So yeah, here's part of the Lathkilldale. It's funny because apparently the river used to come a lot further up and came out of a little cave further up years and years ago, but now it's completely dry until you get to around this point where the river finds its way back underneath the mountain, well, not mountain, but the hill, back through the rocks. And this is pretty much it. We turn off here to the left and head off back to the car. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please rate, subscribe and comment. If you want any more information about the route or where we camp, feel free to ask. Yeah, and happy camping. Cheers, guys.